Epilogue by Sally Winters. On September 12th, 2004, about 10:30 in the evening, Alice left a message on the answering machine in my office, although she knew I'd be home in bed by that hour. It's Alice. I meant to ask you to lunch to say goodbye, but our plans are moving forward faster than I expected. We're off tomorrow morning, and I can't say when I'll be back. Please give my love to Amelia and David and anyone who asks for me. Oh, yes. Will you take care of the cats? Dr. Perry has offered to find homes for them, and that would probably be the best choice. Take care of yourself. I love you. Her voice was a bit excited, perhaps anxious, but nothing about the call was particularly alarming. I assumed she was off for a little holiday. The next afternoon I went by the flat and found Delilah and two kittens. When I took them to Dr. Perry, she insisted that there was a third kitten and made me go back to look. I found nothing. Over the next few weeks I stopped at Alice's whenever I was in the neighborhood to make sure the flat was secure and, I'll admit, hoping I might find Alice or some mail that would tell me where she'd been. Certainly, I got no postcards, and neither did Amelia or David. As Christmas approached, we became truly alarmed. Alice loved the holidays. All of us agreed that she would have to come home. Or at least call. And we began to wonder where she was. Or as David said, if she was. It was David who called the police and declared Alice a missing person. That was 3 years ago. By now, we're all but certain that Alice is gone for good. It's the details we're missing, and that's why I initially delighted when I found the journal on her desk. In a hurry to get home, I tossed it in my bag and took it with me. I picked it up after supper and read right through the Sprouts' bedtime and into the wee hours of the next morning. Of course, I knew most of the first part, but I was surprised to read about the man she called Shadow had come back, or she believed. I was surprised to see how romantic her feelings were regarding their relationship. Romance is something most of us leave behind in our 30s or 40s. I was certain that Alice had too, but I guess you never know. I was upset when the diary ended so abruptly, with no hint of where she'd gone or why. Amelia thinks that Alice was in love with an imaginary man and went off so no one would disturb her fantasy. David says the movie star look-alike, after all, we did have dinner with him, returned and talked her into running away with him. If that's what happened, they're not poor. By the time we checked, her various investments had all been moved to numbered accounts in places like the Cayman Islands. As for me, a little part of me foolishly hopes her story is true. At least, I hope she got whatever her heart had been hoping for. I would like to think that someday soon she'll come home and tell us all about her adventures. When a colleague with whom I shared the diary talked about giving it to a literary agent, I held off. It was private, I said. But eventually I agreed, and of course the book was published to some modest acclaim. They even made a movie out of it, which ends with a wedding in the middle of the Golden Gate Bridge. Here you see the real ending. There's just one troubling loose end. A reader of the first edition found the clipping and sent it to me. It's from the Chronicle on September 16th, 2004, which is 4 days after the voicemail. Gone to the cats. My faithful readers will know that a certain mystery celebrity has caused more than a little stir in San Francisco in recent months. Never mind the underwear he didn't pay for. It's chasing the dogs in the public park and the women in the shopping center that really alarmed everyone. I believe our canine friends can rest easy. He seems to have taken up with cats. The mystery celebrity was recently spotted in the first-class departure lounge of an Air France flight to Paris. He was drinking champagne and quite deliberately ignoring the inquiring stares, some of them flirtatious. All of his attention was devoted to a small gray kitten, who was using him as something of a jungle gym while they waited. The kitten appeared to be barely weaned. The boarding agent said it had mesmerizing dark brown eyes. When the flight was called, The agent insisted that the cat must go into the cardboard carrier provided by the airline. I hate that Alice is the cat. The mystery celebrity bought a second first-class ticket for his feline companion, but the agent still required that the animal board the plane properly boxed. Now, Alice, he reportedly said. It isn't a very long flight, and they'll be serving lunch as soon as we take off. The end. Oh my fuck, I can't believe I did that. She fucking loved cats so much, she wanted to fuck a cat and then be a cat. This is a book about furries. Oh my god. Fuck this book.